I just found out that pumpkin spice is back, so these are my 3 favorite instant coffee recipes using pumpkin. The first recipe is a pumpkin spice blended coffee, and this has to be the easiest recipe because you just take all of the ingredients that you see on the screen, throw it into a blender, and blend it on high until everything is smooth. What's nice about this recipe and all of the recipes that we're doing is that you don't have to make any type of pumpkin spice syrup. You can just use pumpkin puree. This is really good with caramel drizzle on top, or if you have a chai concentrate, you could use half chai and half milk, and it's like a dirty chai blended coffee. The next drink is a pumpkin whipped coffee, so take all the ingredients that you see on the screen and put it into a high glass like this. Then take an electric hand mixer or a traditional whisk and whisk it until it about doubles in size. Personally, this is my favorite because it tastes like a pumpkin spice latte that you'd make with an espresso machine, but you didn't even need one. The next drink is a shaken iced coffee with a pumpkin cold foam. In a cocktail shaker, add 1 tablespoon of instant coffee, 4 tablespoons of warm water, and mix that all together until it's fully combined. Then add some ice and shake it aggressively until the outside of the cocktail shaker becomes frothy. In a separate glass, add the ingredients that you see on the screen and whisk it together until it about doubles in size. We'll pour our shaken iced coffee first and then our pumpkin cold foam on top and enjoy. As you can see, I'm excited for pumpkin. How about you? My instant coffee recipes went completely viral, and you guys kept asking me for more, so let's get into it. The first recipe is a shaken coffee with vanilla and cardamom. I don't know what it is about shaken coffees, but it just makes it taste better. This entire recipe can be made in a mason jar. Just add 1 tablespoon of instant coffee, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 3 tablespoons of water, a splash of vanilla extract, and then an 1/8 teaspoon of cardamom. Fill the mason jar up with ice, shake it really hard, and then top it off with whatever milk that you'd like. If you're addicted to the Starbucks brown sugar shaken espresso, you gotta try that recipe. The next recipe is technically called an Indian cappuccino. Instant coffee is super popular in India, and this is one of the main ways that they make it. In a mug, add 1 tablespoon of instant coffee, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and a small splash of milk, and then just whisk the crap out of it. Once it's a golden brown color, fill it up with heated milk. This one tastes like if you were to start drinking coffee ice cream. It's so good. The last recipe is a coffee mousse. Yes, you heard me correctly, kind of like a chocolate mousse. In a blender, add exactly 11 ice cubes, 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then 1/4 cup of water. Then just blend this on high until it becomes this light, airy, and fluffy coffee mousse. Drink it with some milk and some cocoa powder, or eat it with some ice cream and some caramel drizzle, or I just thought of this, make a 2-ingredient tiramisu with this and some ladyfinger cookies. Oh my god. This is the Starbucks pumpkin cream chai, and this is the one that I made at home. I took 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, a tablespoon of milk, a teaspoon of pumpkin sauce, a little more for good measure, and then I whisked all of that together with a hand mixer until it came out to this consistency. Now all I have to do is assemble. I started with my milk and then my chai concentrate. Side note on this, any chai concentrate works. I'm just using this stuff from Kimbala, but whatever you want to use. then my ice, I'll stir it all together, and then pour my pumpkin cold foam right on top. I added some nutmeg on top, and turns out mine's better. This is the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, and this is the one that I made at home. I started by making my espresso. Little hack though, if you want your pumpkin spice lattes to taste 10 times better, ask them to give you a pumpkin cream cold foam instead of whipped cream. After I do my unnecessarily long process for prepping my espresso shot, I'm gonna add some pumpkin sauce and then pour my espresso over top, mix it all together, and then in a separate glass, I'm gonna add my espresso, milk, ice, and then we're gonna make our cold foam. Don't worry though, this stuff's easy. Take 1 tablespoon of pumpkin sauce, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, a tablespoon of milk, and whisk it all together. And when it's all said and done, mine's better. These Nespresso capsules took 20 years to create. They come wrapped in this fancy packaging and they have some of the craziest flavor notes that I've ever seen from an espresso capsule. They're made from 100% Arabica coffee beans, which are the higher quality beans. The main notes are orange blossom and citrus, so let's make a capsule and see for ourselves. Nespresso's been working on this capsule since I was 5 years old. Honestly, I have high expectations because this coffee competes with some of the finest coffees in the world. And while the espresso was coming out of the machine, my entire coffee studio smelled like oranges and dried jasmine. Besides the crazy aromatics, there was a nice rich layer of crema, and the flavors were bright, sweet, and explosive. I recommend that you guys go try these because supplies are limited. This is how you can make that new coconut caramel matcha latte from Alfred's at home. This is a new limited time drink that's available on the Alfred app now until October 3rd. The drink's made with Vita Coco's new barista coconut milk, which is delicious by the way, some vegan caramel sauce from Alfred's, and then some ceremonial grade matcha. I've always said that caramel and matcha go together like frosting and cake, and this drink is delicious. And if you live near an Alfred's location in California, make sure to order the drink through the app and use the code ETHAN for 25% off that drink. To make the drink at home, we'll need to start by making our matcha. We'll set that to the side, and in a separate glass, we'll add some ice, our vegan caramel sauce, our barista coconut milk from Vita Coco, which is rich, creamy, and the best by the way. If you like coconut milk, try this stuff, it's super, super good. And then we'll top it off with our matcha. Every ingredient in this drink goes together perfectly. The matcha with the caramel, the coconut milk with the caramel, and the coconut milk with the matcha are all perfect. Make sure to go give this drink a try, and if you've already tried it, what do you think? Cinnamon cold foam iced coffee. I think this could be my workout for today. We gotta put in some ice first. I'm just kidding, it's not that hard. Is this the best holiday drink? Starbucks announced their holiday drinks, and I'm gonna show you how to make them at home so you don't have to go there. Let's start with the gingerbread syrup. So add all these ingredients into a saucepan and let it simmer for 15 minutes. If you don't mess it up, it'll taste just like a gingerbread cookie. And now that you got the syrup down, here's 3 ways that you can actually use it. There's nothing better than a cold morning and a hot gingerbread latte, so let's make one. So take some of the gingerbread syrup we just made, some espresso, frothed milk, whipped cream, and some gingerbread topping, and enjoy. It seems like the gingerbread chai has taken the internet by storm, and it's wildly easy to make. Add these ingredients, and then we're gonna make a gingerbread cold foam. For that, add these ingredients and frost. So now you just throw some of that cold foam on top and enjoy. The next drink is for my homies that have an espresso machine. This is an easy way to make an iced gingerbread latte. Make some espresso using your machine, set that to the side, and then add all your ingredients to the cup. Subscribe, because next time we're making caramel. Can instant coffee actually taste good? You see, instant coffee gets a lot of hate, and I guess makes people need to use the bathroom. So I'm gonna put this to the test by trying 3 different instant coffee recipes. First, we need to get some instant coffee, and no, not this garbage. This is the good stuff. Then I told Calvin the plan, we got our chef's hats on, and we got to work. So I started with a drink that you could make in 1 cup. And this drink is really hard to mess up because you just throw everything together and blend it. Once it's frothy, add ice and milk for a Greek cappuccino or ice and water for a Greek frappe. But after trying, it's gonna be hard to beat this one. So then I wanted to see if I could beat the last drink with a hot drink. So I made this drink the same way that I did for the first drink, but instead of adding cold milk and ice, I added hot milk that I heated up in the microwave. So I guess when you make this one hot, it's called an Indian cappuccino, and this is so good. But now it's time to bring out the machinery to hopefully beat both of the last 2 drinks. You have to try to mess up this drink because you just throw all the ingredients into a blender and blend it on high. And now look me in the eyes and try to tell me that this doesn't look like a coffee frosty. Whoa. Now excuse me while I help myself to a generous drizzle of caramel. Oh yeah. And it's only right that we add a little bit more caramel on top and well...
This one's my favorite. Oh my god.